You got questions, I got answers. It's Ask the Pro Day. Let's get it. Hi, this is Julien here, taking the fear out of fitness, helping you be the best you. Well, today's Ask the Pro Day, and I'm willing to answer any questions that you have, so let's get to it. So first question I have right here is why does HIIT help some people and steady state does not, and vice versa, right? So basically the reason why that might be happening in certain instances is because maybe, just maybe, your heart rate isn't hitting a certain level when you're doing your steady state cardio, right? So when you're doing steady state cardio, you're constantly at a certain position, your heart rate doesn't move, it stays relatively at the same level. So let's say we want to hit a heart rate of 65%, anywhere between 65% to 80%. Whatever that number is, maybe that number that you're hitting is not exactly the right percentage point for you to actually achieve the level of leanness that you're looking for when you are doing your cardio in steady state. Whereas with HIIT makes you reach high levels of heart rates, so therefore it puts you in a position to where your heart rate is elevated to such a degree where it's actually high for your maximum heart rate. So if your maximum heart rate, let's say, is 189, if you're doing HIIT and you're doing it properly, you might hit a maximum heart rate of 175 to 180. Whereas with steady state cardio, you're probably hitting anywhere between 135 to 145. And as a result, because of that, your body is not actually burning the amount of fat off of you that you wish to see off of you in a reasonable period of time. So depending on how it works for you, I would try initially to up the heart rate for your the heart rate protocol for your steady state cardio to see if that in fact changes the result. If it doesn't, I would just stick to HIIT. All right, next question. Macros, and why should you pay attention to that? Well, one of the reasons why you should pay attention to your macros is because depending on your level of activity, depending on your job and your level of activity, these are the reasons why you need to eat certain types of macros. Like for instance, if you are in a strength power-based workload, you should be eating carbohydrates regularly with a significant amount of protein, low levels of fat, because at that point your constant level of moving equipment and things of that nature, it makes it really much more difficult for you to perform if you were to go on a high fat, low carb diet versus or a high protein, low carb, low fat diet. All of those things will not be beneficial to you because the level of your job and the level of your activity when you go to the gym is based on carbohydrate burning rather than fat burning or maintenance of muscle, right? If you are in a job that requires constant movement, then you should be looking at a higher fat content as opposed to a higher sugar content, because when you're at a higher sugar content, your energy yields will burn out faster, meaning that your performance levels will begin to decrease over time because you're constantly moving, never really stopping. And last but not least, if you know that your body needs to be stronger during your day, then your protein base should be a little bit higher, because you don't want to break down your muscles when you break down your muscles during your activities and during your job. You want something to replenish it to maintain your strength overall while not diminishing in performance. All right, so last but not least, strength versus conditioning. Why should we do one, the other, or a combination of both, right? So for me, I'm gonna give you an example. I am a powerlifter. Usually when I'm training for powerlifting, I am not focused on cardio at all, because I'm focused on moving the weight, nothing more, nothing less. In terms of when I'm playing a sport, such as basketball, football, softball, in those natures, I need to be able to perform at a level to which where I can command those abilities at a moment's notice rather than hoping that I can do them at some point in time. The power that I accumulate from powerlifting is not going to translate for me on the softball field, or on the basketball court, or on the football field. I have to have a combination of strength and conditioning. On the flip side, if all I did is condition, how much more improvement can I make in my performance? Because when I'm conditioning, there's no real improvement in my strength. There's no real improvement in my power. I can run forever. I can do juke moves forever. I can manipulate the basketball and shoot all day long. I can hit a baseball and run around the bases, but I am not getting any stronger and I am not improving upon my power. So therefore, all conditioning does not get me anywhere. All strength training may not get me where I want to go based on the goals that I may have, but they both will do the job if I'm focused on one particular aspect of my fitness. All right? If you have any questions, comment below. You know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day. Be the best you.